Hello my friends, and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. So today is the 16th of September 2022. It's a Friday, the day of love, the day of Venus. And there are some interesting aspects today in the respect of relationships. Venus, which is in Virgo, is squaring Mars, which is in Gemini. So we've got like a bit of a clash here. Venus being in Virgo, she wants stability. She wants to be, she wants to have this kind of reassurance, which is something that Mars in Gemini has a little bit of a problem doing, because it just wants to be free. It just wants to be out there. It just wants to be doing its own thing. It doesn't want to be tied down to any kind of routines or any kind of stability. It kind of feels like its stability might actually complicate things. So in this respect, I would just say that it's very, very important not to have any major talks with your loved ones today, particularly with your significant other. Also, if you are looking, particularly if you've got a date tonight, right? I would say just have a nice time. You know, don't think of anything that is going to be of any kind of longevity today. I say this, and the Lovers is here, and then we've also got the Nine of Cups. Interesting. I'm reading with the Emerald Broken Mirror Tarot. So just be aware of that. It's a good time to go and socialize, but just like be moderate, have fun, you know, no strings attached. That's very much the ethos of that square to help you. You've also got Sun is in Virgo opposite Neptune retrograde in Pisces. And also, if you're trying to have some kinds of discussions about, you know, what's the future of certain things, I really would step away from that, because I don't think that you're going to get anywhere today. Any kind of conversations. This is about you just chilling out and just having a good time and just, you know, just relaxing. There's no room for anything serious really going on. You could also listen to music, just something that's light-hearted. I think it's very much about being in the moment without enforcing anything. And the quote that's coming to me really recently is, be like water, formless like water, and go with the flow. And being like water, even though that Bruce Lee embodied that quote, it is a Lao Tzu quote, which is from the Tao Te Ching. And what it essentially means is that even though you are formless like water, you are very strong in that formlessness. So just keep that in mind. It's so beautiful to think about that. But anyway, with that being said, I've been chatting for 3 minutes. Let's see what the cards have to say. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to communicate on September the 16th, 2022? September the 16th, Friday, 2022. Dear Spirit, seems like there's quite a lot to say. The Devil is reversed. These cards are quite dark, so I do apologise. The Ace of Wands. The Page of Cups, reversed. The Ace of Cups. Wow, 2 aces. Sorry, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I sneezed quite loudly, so I had to pause the video there. And then we have the... What's this? This is the Five of Swords reversed. Okay. And then we have Temperance reversed. Okay, I mean, it looks like there's going to be like... It looks like there's going to be temptation, but it's going to frustrate you. The temptation is going to frustrate you, because it's almost going to be like, what are you doing? It's almost like, God, really? I'm trying to sort things out for myself. I'm trying to make things... I'm trying to sort things out for myself, and yet there is all of these things that are coming out to kind of challenge me. But in the respect of that, and I think that this would involve you being really kind to yourself from these new opportunities that are coming through. These new opportunities are showing you that there are new beginnings. in your current addictions or your current patterning. Two of Wands. And the Seven of Coins. Yeah. Wow, that pretty much says that. Because, you know, you've got this thing of the devil reversed. So it's like, you know what your bullshit is. You know what you know what your triggers are. You know what's going on. But there's something that you're not willing to let go. And that's okay if you're not willing to let it go and you're not willing to accept defeat over it. That's all right, because then that still means that there's still some work to be done on how these triggers affect you. Now, with these two aces here, that shows to me that there's an opportunity for you to rise above, like to use this ability not to accept defeat. Because, you know, Five of Swords, yeah, it can be seen as like, you know, we need to accept defeat and we need to move on. But then there's also like, why is this still triggering me? Why is this still hurting me? Why is this still making me feel this way? There's still work that needs to be done. There's still stuff that needs to happen. So it's almost like we've come so far with this beanstalk, but it's still not far enough. It's still not reaching up to the sun just yet. So we need to do more. We need to do more. And you see this card here, he's ready with his axe. So he's ready to chop it all down to start again. So I think there's something you may have been, you know, upset about, or, you know, maybe it didn't work out or something like that. There may be some kind of new beginnings that are arising from that, and that is triggering you. You're kind of like thinking, why can't I just let it go? And I think that this is a process which is going to involve some kind of like gestation in you just understanding about yourself. The Page of Cups here is saying to me that there's still something about your emotions that you're not understanding. You've been through the whole journey, but it's almost like that you have to go back to the beginning to have another little look at that, and also like understand. I think there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love in this kind of aspect. You know, it could be something like an addiction. I'm seeing that, like, because of obviously the devil is reversed. So like, it could be an addiction that you felt that, you know, you could be addicted to, say, maybe Netflix, okay? And then, you know, you've been watching these series over and over and over again, but then you were like, right, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to sit there and just like watch loads of series again and again and again. But there were some things from the series that you were able to like kind of gain some interests about, and then it started to spark off some really cool things. But you realised that you were watching Netflix too much. So you were like, right, I'm not going to watch it anymore. But then, you know, you ended up giving in and you were like, no, actually, I want to watch it because like there's these things that I'm learning. There's these things that I'm understanding, and I'm starting to, you know, I'm getting some real interest of it, and it's giving me some joy. It's giving me some motivation to be creative, and it's also cultivating some kind of loving sense within me. But there's almost like a sense of denial, like you're stopping yourself from like, you know, pushing it down. And the reason also why I say something like Netflix is because we've got the Two of Wands here, so it would very much mean like that kind of like insular kind of environment where you're by yourself trying to kind of sort things out, trying to look at things and trying to ascertain things. But I think what's needed here more is this sense of balance. And what I mean by that is by you understanding that you're not at the place where you want to be just yet, and that's fine. But what does the bottom of the deck say? Excuse me, bottom of the deck says is the Six of Swords. So this is a journey. This is a necessary journey of an ending from the 5 to the 6. And I feel like it's a mindset. This is definitely a mindset, Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's a mindset to how you are allowing yourself to view these endings and these new beginnings. But I don't really see like a complete ending, because there isn't anything here to tell me a complete ending. It's almost like the end of the phase. I saw a really good thing, a quote saying that letting go is the end of the chapter, but what was it? Letting go is the end of the chapter, but then, what was it? Oh, I wish I'd bookmarked it. I might have screenshotted it. Bear with me 1 second, because I have to share this with you. So after searching long and hard, I think what the saying was is that letting go is like the end of a chapter, but walking away is like turning of a page, I think that's what it was. So then there's that kind of aspect of it. Now, very much here, what I'm seeing is more of a letting go, because we've got these things, and it seems like something was started, something was initiated, and something was started, but the mindset that was attached to that start needs to be changed so that it can start again. Because I think what's come here is something that's very beautiful and very new, and also something, there was a lot of attachments around it, and in order for things to kind of like start again in a good way, I think the mindsets that were attached to it have to be let go. There were old patterns that were attached to it, and they have to go. So that's what I'm getting here. Let's see what the astrology has to say. Just give these a bit more of a shuffle. Yeah, so I think it's letting go is the end of a chapter. Walking away is the turning of a page. Yeah, that'll be the title for today's reading. It's too many, I just need one. Thank you. Sagittarius, expand. It was almost also coming up reversed. So, you know, I think there is this kind of exploration that happens with Sagittarius, that we've just got to take the jump. We've just got to go for the leap of faith and go for what our heart is telling us. And even if our heart is saying that, you know, I think, yeah, you've just got to follow your dreams, your passions, your desires. Absolutely. Follow your dreams and your passions. That's what you've got to do. Your dreams and your passions. And you've got to put your mind aside. You've got to like get your head game out of the way. Because the whole thing with Sagittarius, right, which I always feel when I describe it to someone, and it's, look, we've got 9 as well. Sagittarians are the ones who like race into a place and they leave a trail of blazing fire behind them, and they're just like, I'm here, everybody, hello, I'm here. And then they turn around and they're like, oh, I've just destroyed everything behind me. Okay, that's it, you know, that's the way it is, you know. And they just, you know, that's the whole beauty about Sagittarius. They just come in with that beautiful, passionate fire. That's the trailblazers. But they come in with a real sense of love and duty and purpose. And I think allowing them to do that and yourself to embrace that is okay, as long as there's no kind of seriousness attached to it. Not to say that Sagittarians aren't serious, but I'm just like, it's quite, it's the opposite to Gemini. And it's seeming like that's what we need in order to kind of combat that Mars and Gemini energy that's happening today. So with that being said, this is about you following your passions, your hearts, your desires, but not really thinking too long term about it, not really thinking, okay, just for today, you know. I'm not saying that that's the way to think about it always, but this is about today, because there's some healing that needs to be done. But it seems like you've got some really good like seedlings that have come up. So in order for those seedlings to start growing strong, you need to kind of go forward with this passionate energy into where you need to go. All right, my darlings, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more readings. I post every day. Otherwise, you take care, have a beautiful day, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye.